Hello friends, welcome to BusyMath channel. My name is Minsha Khatun. In this video, I am going to discuss about the patterns of tissue necrosis. In my previous video, I discussed about the necrosis definition, okay, and it's about its mechanism and about its morphology. This is my third video on necrosis, in which I am going to discuss about the patterns of tissue necrosis. So, patterns of tissue necrosis are coagulative necrosis, liquefactive necrosis, gangrenous necrosis, caseous necrosis, fat necrosis, fibrinoid necrosis. In coagulative necrosis, what is happening? Ischemia is happening. That is, the blood flow is getting reduced. Okay, and the area in which this coagulative necrosis is taking place, that is known as infarct, and it affects all the organs except the brain. So in this picture you can see, that is, this is the image. In this you can see that in this place the coagulative necrosis is taking place, and this area is known as infarct. In my next video I am going to discuss detail about each and every point of this necrosis, okay, but this is in one chart. I am just giving the introduction of all the necrosis and I am showing the images. Next is liquefactive necrosis. In this, what happened? The bacterial infection taking place and the fungal infection is taking place, and it will be leading to the liquefactive necrosis, and it mainly occurs in central nervous system. Okay, there will be like liquid viscous mass is forming in this necrosis. You can see in this image, liquefactive necrosis is taking place. And the third one is gangrenous necrosis, dry gangrene and wet gangrene. In dry gangrene, what is happening? It is in this coagulative necrosis taking place. This is because of the ischemia. And whereas in wet gangrene, it is happening in the liquefactive necrosis, that is because of the bacterial infection or by any fungal infection. Okay, so see this, it is mainly taking place in the lower limbs, and you can see in the image that here the necrosis which is taking place is gangrenous necrosis. Okay, next is caseous necrosis, in which we will be discussing about the granuloma formation. So granulomatous inflammation is taking place, okay, in which granuloma formation is taking place and which is associated with the caseous necrosis. And when the caseous necrosis is taking place, there will be like a cheese-like appearance. It is derived from the friable white appearance. Cheese-like appearance you will be seeing, and the example is tuberculosis. Okay, tuberculosis mainly it is taking place in lungs. So you can see in this image cheese-like appearance you can see. Okay, next is the fat necrosis, in which you will be seeing chalky white areas. This is because of the fat saponification. Okay, the fatty acids, they will be combining with the calcium and leading to the fat saponification, and this will be resulting in the affected areas and will be appear as chalky white areas, and this will be seen in the acute pancreatitis. Okay, see this image, chalky white areas. You can see here chalky white areas. Okay, so this is about the fat necrosis. And the last one is fibrinoid necrosis. In this, what happening is, it is seen in the immune reactions which are involving the blood vessels. Okay, fibrin plus immune complexes, they are getting deposited and they will be giving the bright pink and amorphous appearance because of the hematoxylin and eosin stains. And fibrinoid means fibrin like, that's why it is like fibrin like, that's why it is known as fibrinoid necrosis. And the example is immunological mediated vasculitis syndrome is the example. So in this image you can see there will be deposition which is taking place of the fibrin along with the immune complexes, and this will be giving the appearance as bright pink and amorphous appearance because of the hematoxylin and eosin stain. So this is about the fibrinoid necrosis. Fibrinoid necrosis, fat necrosis, chalky white areas you will be seeing. Okay, in caseous necrosis you will be seeing cheese like appearance in the lungs. Example is tuberculosis. In gangrenous necrosis, mainly it affects the lower limb and it is divided into dry gangrene and wet gangrene. Dry gangrene is because of the coagulative necrosis and wet gangrene is because of the liquefactive necrosis. Whereas in liquefactive necrosis, which is taking place because of the bacterial infection and the fungal infection, it mainly affects the CNS, central nervous system. Coagulative necrosis affects all the organs but not the CNS. Okay, and in this, ischemia is taking place, that the blood flow to the particular tissue is getting reduced, leading to that particular area will appear as infarct. Okay, the example for this is myocardial infarction. Myocardial infarction, whenever blood flow to the heart is getting reduced, that will be resulting in the myocardial infarction. In my video of cell injury, I discuss in a place the example of the coagulative necrosis, and in myocardial infarction, which necrosis is taking place? Coagulative necrosis is taking place, and the area which is getting affected, that area is known as infarct. Okay, so this is all about the necrosis, patterns of tissue necrosis classification, and I explain with the help of images. In my next video I am going to explain detailed about all these necrosis types separately, and I am also going to explain why we need to know the pattern of tissue necrosis, why we need to know these patterns of tissue necrosis. So please watch this next video completely, and if you like the video, then please press on the like button and comment in the comment box, and if you are new to the channel, then please do subscribe the channel and press the bell icon, so whenever I post the video you will get the update. And please share this video with your friends so that they should also get benefit. Thank you.